Did they build their HGTV careers on shaky foundations, or were these reality TV stars just ready to sell and move on? Hometown and Ben's Workshop star Randy Sherrell aspired to be a woodworker when he turned to his pal Ben Napier for advice. The two began working together around the same time that Napier was landing an ongoing gig on HGTV. Yet, appearing on television was never the end goal for Sherrell. He later shared on the official Laurel Mercantile website, "In the beginning, I told Ben that I didn't want to be on TV. Long story short, I've become a character on the show." After working with the Napiers for 3 years, Sherrell surprised fans when he made the decision to step away from the HGTV series. However, it was the never-ending support he received from the cast and crew that made him want to pursue other interests in the first place. The woodworker wrote on Instagram in April 2022, "These people have given me an opportunity to pursue a true passion of mine. I started a photography business several years ago. Now it will be my full-time project." When Eremita competed on Season 2 of HGTV's Brother vs. Brother, everyone, including Property Brothers stars Drew Scott and Jonathan Scott, noticed his construction knowledge. That same year, he was asked by producers to join the HGTV series Love It or List It. For 5 years, Eremita was the team's go-to contractor, but the COVID-19 pandemic changed everything. After wrapping up on Season 14, Eremita contracted the virus and ended up on a ventilator in an ICU ward. Luckily, 3 weeks later, he was good to leave the hospital. Eremita explained to people, "No one else in the hospital that I was in that was on a ventilator walked out alive. I'll be honest with you, it made me very, very humbled and reminded me to appreciate life." A few months later, Eremita decided it was time to settle down to spend more time with his family, and he walked away from the HGTV series altogether. He said during an interview with Forbes, "The renovations were great, the people were great, but I thought it was time for my own thing." Luckily for fans everywhere, Eremita hasn't decided to leave television for good. At the end of 2022, he announced that he was developing his own home renovation series called Homeboys. As of now, however, it has yet to be attached to any specific network. For the 9 years that Rehab Addict was on the air, the series gave HGTV fans an up-close and personal look at what it took to renovate historic houses. Host Nicole Curtis was never afraid to get down and dirty, putting herself in charge of every single detail that went into the big reveal. She explained during an interview with People, "Everything you see on the show, I personally bought, picked up, put into place, ironed the curtains, everything."
With my projects, it's 16 hours, 18 hours, it's crazy time.
However, getting every detail just right began to take a toll on Curtis after nearly a decade. In many instances, she was working so much that she did not have the time or the energy to do basic things, like change into new clothes before the cameras began rolling. The HGTV host has since confessed, "I was completely burned out. There was so much time in those 10 years where I didn't get to enjoy it at all. I was stressed out." In 2018, Curtis decided to walk away from Rehab Addict to slow down and spend time with her children, something that she wasn't able to afford to do before her HGTV success. However, that isn't to say that she didn't miss documenting her work on screen. 3 years later, Curtis returned to the network to work on a handful of episodes of 2 spin-off series called Rehab Addict Rescue and Lake House Rescue. With the original Flip or Flop series came an entire franchise that HGTV fans simply cannot get enough of. In 2017, a new couple named Bristol and Aubrey Marunde became network stars when they started flipping houses in their new series Flip or Flop Vegas. Oddly enough, they weren't excited about being a part of the HGTV family at first. Aubrey later admitted to People, "When they first approached us, we weren't into it. But once we met everyone at HGTV and the whole family there, we really just fell in love with the idea." Throughout 3 seasons, she and her husband Bristol hit up old homes in the Las Vegas area, renovated them, and resold them for profit, teaching audiences everywhere exactly what goes into a successful flip. Yet, as fans awaited the announcement of a 4th season in 2019, it never came, and neither did any news of a series cancellation. While fans have commented time and time again on the HGTV stars' Instagram accounts asking for answers, Aubrey has taken time away from social media. Bristol, on the other hand, later did post about how he and his wife are now spending their time. He wrote in 2022, "I've been slowing down in life to have more quality time with my boys. Life is too good to miss out on these moments." When Dave and Jenny Mars were given the opportunity to film a pilot for HGTV's Fixer to Fabulous, they knew they needed to bring their longtime carpenter, Chase Looney, along for their new adventure. Jenny later wrote on Facebook, "Chase was such a good sport to agree to this crazy TV thing Dave casually mentioned to him one afternoon. He wasn't really given an option not to be with us on the show, but he graciously came along for the ride and we couldn't imagine not having him with us. Within the week of shooting the pilot in 2017, however, Looney was involved in a serious accident where he lost his left eye. Throughout his recovery, the Mars couple continued to visit him during his hospital stay and encouraged him to eventually return to the HGTV series. The construction manager wrote on his blog, "I told them, I don't think I have the face for TV anymore. Through tears and laughter, they reassured me I never had a face for TV anyway." Soon after his return to the series, fans were quick to praise Looney for returning to the series, regardless of how he felt he looked while wearing an eye patch.
It's got some good bones to it.
That's sweet.
Really nice.
Good bones.
After season 4 premiered, Looney opted to take a step out of the spotlight following his divorce, and has been focused on building up his carpentry business called Chisel and Sawdust, mostly off-camera instead. After winning season 5 of Design Star, Emily Henderson won herself a hosting gig on HGTV. Her series, Secrets from a Stylist, premiered only a few months later, showcasing her interior design talent as she helped homeowners decorate the space of their dreams. The HGTV star wrote on her blog 10 years later, "Winning Design Star changed my life. It blew up my career. I'm endlessly grateful for HGTV, and they have always been so good for me." However, when Henderson was asked to return to the network as a judge for Design Star in 2021, she was hesitant to pursue the opportunity. In the end, she decided to pass on it altogether. She admitted, "I was so excited about the show, but I had too much happening at the time that I couldn't cancel." In addition to her successful design business, she had also become a mother and didn't want to spend months away from her children. Yet, even if Henderson hadn't been busy balancing her own business and family life, she knows that she still would have passed on an opportunity to return to the famous HGTV series, because she remembers exactly what it was like competing on the design series all those years ago. She said, "I knew that my empathy towards them would trump my ability to be a great judge. I want them all to win." When Jennifer Bertrand won season 3 of Design Star, she won the $25,000 cash prize and the opportunity to host her own HGTV show called Paint Over with Jennifer Bertrand. However, that wasn't all that was in store for the new HGTV star. She said during an interview with the network, "Not only was I lucky enough to win the show, but during one of the biggest moments of my life, I managed to get pregnant." Unfortunately, her baby boy was born with multiple health problems, leading him to receive 20 different surgeries in order to correct them. To be there for him in the hospital, Bertrand opted to leave HGTV behind and spend time helping her young son to recover. While Bertrand hasn't appeared on television since, she has returned to the world of design. Today, she works directly with clients to help them step out of their comfort zones and create exciting designs in their homes. Her successful design approach is something she credits the darkest points of her life for bringing out. Bertrand shared with Washingtonian, "It's made me a better designer, because once you face real-life things, it's really easy to pick a paint color and encourage people to take risks." After 5 seasons of Fixer Upper, Chip Gaines and Joanna Gaines made the surprising announcement that they would be ending their HGTV show in 2017. They reassured fans at the time on their blog, "This has nothing to do with a fraudulent skincare line or anything else you'll inevitably read. This is just us recognizing that we need to catch our breath for a moment."
After 5 years, we really realized we really wanted to take a step back and just kind of really focus on our marriage, focus on our family.
As they were both making names for themselves as HGTV stars, they were also busy continuing to run their various Magnolia businesses in their hometown of Waco, Texas. Between a busy filming schedule and managing press, they were falling behind in the places they felt really mattered. Chip later shared with Inc. magazine, "As things started getting complicated, we made a bet on what Joe and I have always bet on. We bet on ourselves. We knew there was a real chance that everything else would go away without the show." He continued, "But would it be a complete kick in the pants to end up operating a great construction company in Waco? No, I'd be honored. And as soon as we accepted that, much greater opportunities started presenting themselves." 3 years later, another exciting opportunity did. The couple announced that they would be rebooting Fixer Upper as Fixer Upper Welcome Home. This time, however, it would be on their own Magnolia network, where they continue today to showcase an array of other design and lifestyle talent.